Hi everyone. I hope everybody's had a really good week. It's been really good over here too. I haven't really organized my thoughts film-wise this week. Before I started this YouTube journey, I didn't spend much time on my phone at all. Like, my phone is literally only used for banking, my emails, text messages, and phone calls, and taking photos, of which then I order and put into an old school photo album. I don't even use my calendar on my phone. I still have a calendar, several calendars in my house that hang on the walls that have chicken scratch all over them. I don't have any social media other than YouTube now. And I don't know, super technologically illiterate, like even things like FaceTime stress me out. So with that all being said, this YouTube has been an adjustment for me. It will continue to be an adjustment for me, and it definitely doesn't come naturally. So if I don't pre-plan of what my idea is and really consciously take footage, then the week just kind of rolls by and then I have nothing at the end of the week. It's not that this week hasn't been productive. I did some painting. I've got some of the floor done, the living room, the bathroom. The bathroom wall is stained and the shelves painted. I removed and painted those. My mom and dad were out at their cabin for a week, so they came over and blessed me with a day of a work bee. My dad ended up keeping busy putting the screen door on, building little stairs for the girls' guest house that they sleep in, build 6 sawhorses for the garden barrels that I'm going to have. And then my mom and I just kind of continued cleaning up the garden space and just burnt brush all day. I had a whole bunch of it piling up. So that was really good to get a handle on that. We had great wind that day. It was blowing in the perfect direction, really low. So we got a bunch of that buttoned up, which was nice. We enjoyed a nice supper. And then the very next day, me and the kids jumped in the boat with John when we went to work, met up with my sister, and we went to Waskesiu for our little class trip that we wanted to do for the year. So we spent the day beaching it and getting fun ice cream cones, checking out the little nature museum they had there, exploring, having a nice supper. The kids had a lot of fun. They were sure tuckered out by the end of the day, but it was really good. And then we scooted back home, jumped in with John in the boat again, came back out here. And then the only other new and exciting thing that's happened in our lives, it's actually backing up a week, but John's best friend slash business partner ended up rescuing a little woodpecker on his way to work. He found it injured. His little wing was bummed and his tail feathers were kind of snapped. I don't know, I think a cat got him or something. So their family was fostering him, but they ended up going on holiday for a week. So we babysat foster him at the cabin, and it worked out really well because I had a little dog pen and we made him a sanctuary. We were getting him little bugs to eat on dead logs. He was absolutely loving it. And it only took him a few days. You could really see him stretching out his wing and fluttering more. Well, he's just been thriving today. John's been getting him special treat logs. He's hanging upside down, just giving her. He's getting stronger and stronger every day, flapping his wings. Oh, he's just getting right in there. He's having his very first snooze in 2 days in front of us. It's obviously starting to feel a little bit comfortable. So cute. And maybe on about day 4 or so, he was really freaking me out. He was tired all day. Looking back, I think he had just not maybe slept the night before because the dogs were staring at him all night or something. But he slept all day. I for sure thought he was a goner. But then he perked right up, was eating, having a lot of fun in his sanctuary, and then he started practicing a little course. I was sitting there watching him, and he'd go from one tree to the top tree, and then he'd look around, see, no, I'm still too nervous to fly. And then he'd do his course again, go down. He just kept fluttering his little course in the exact same pattern. And once he got to the tallest area, he'd look around and see if he was brave enough to take off, and he wasn't. He's practicing flying. I'm watching him do this course over and over again. It's like he's trying to get confident with his flying skills. Goes up that tree and then flies down. He'll do it again. It's practicing. Oh, that would be so great if he just flew right out of here. And then John came home on the boat, and I was telling him about this. He's practicing a little course, and John comes up, and sure enough, right, I missed it. I was looking away at something else, and he fluttered from the sanctuary to the nearest spruce tree. And we put him back, and he did it again. And he did it about 2 or 3 times, and we were thinking, okay, now what? Because the dogs are going to eat him. They've already tried getting into the cage a couple times. I've had to tie up Shelby. She wasn't too impressed about that. Are you mad at me? Oh, she's been crying the blues. I want to be tied up. Well, don't be a bully to birds, and you don't have to get tied up. So at this point, it was getting pretty late. It was maybe about 10 o'clock at night, and mosquitoes were eating us alive. We're like, what the heck do we do? The dogs are going to eat him now if he just escapes out of there. He can even sneak through the cracks of the sanctuary, so I can't even just put a tarp over it for the night or try put a couple boards over it because he's just going to sneak through. We don't need that predicament on our hands. So we figured the best bet, because we witnessed him fluttering a good 10 feet a few times, he's probably ready, especially if we went and ditched him on an island that didn't have any predators other than owls and eagles and martins. But it's better than being in town, I guess. You don't have a whole bunch of underbrush to hide in, and there's dogs and cats everywhere. So we ended up taking him there, and he seemed really happy. He fluttered right out of his cage and was exploring all around. We left his little seed blocks there for him, and that was that. Hey, little guy. It's gonna be your new home. There's no cats and no dogs here. Just only owls and eagles, so stay hiding under the trees. Good boy. Oh.
And bring his brick over here. We'll put his.
Oh, look, it's the perfect tree for you. And weirdly enough, a couple days ago, we ended up going to the beach, just having a little break of mom painting. We took off and went to the beach, and on our way to the beach, Jade ended up spotting a woodpecker super close to us, and he kept fluttering from tree to tree to tree. All the years of me being out here, I have never gotten that close to a woodpecker. I've maybe seen one like fly by or hear one in the distance. And all of a sudden, this little dude is just hanging around us, isn't scared, fluttering from tree to tree. So we like to think that was Woody came back over. That island isn't that far. He easily, if his wing healed more, he easily could have flew back over. So maybe he's relocating himself back on our island. Maybe we'll see him again, which would be really cool. We're going to have a beach date at our little beach while the stain dries because it's super stinky in the cabin. There 2 kids go on the canoe. They're going to meet us there. What? They're coming. We're not going without them. Say, hurry up. We're going to beat you. Is Puppy scaring you? He's coming out the bushes to get you. We'll go see if Camry can swim today. I'm going to plunk her in. Where is he? I can't catch him on my camera.
Cameron's like, what?
Gonna go swimming. Ready? You can swim. Oh, that's hot.
Was she actually swimming?
Again, Mom, again.
Good girl.
Good girl. Okay, ready? Here she comes. Whee!
Good girl. Good girl. She knows that. She's like splashing herself.
Camry, are you tired from swimming? I need to get in the house. Oh. A fly will wake you up. Hey, toodle-doot. Hello.
Can you move?
But I hear kids rustling around. They ended up having a sleepover in the little guest house. All of them, the big girls, like, can we please take Russell and Marley out there and have a sleepover? I was like, wow, I don't want to get woken up at 12 with crying kids because they're not comfortable, but I never did. So I'll have to ask them how their night went. But I do hear them coming in right now, so I'll be quiet. This was meant to just be a practice video of my intro, and I just kept blabbing. So I'm in my house coat. It's kind of going along with my nonchalant, sad video for this week. I wasn't going to do one, so maybe this is better than nothing and kind of touch base with all of you. But hopefully I have something more exciting for you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye.